Good evening, everybody.
Hello, everyone. How are you on this fine and lovely November Sunday evening?
I don't know. I'm looking to see how they are in the chat. They look like they're all right. I can't see them, but they seem like they're doing okay.
Everybody's doing good. What's this? 50 Druid? No, I never had my STL files on my site. I only sell parts. I do not give out my files. My apologies.
Well, no, I mean, that's kind of, I've always kind of felt that was understandable with you because, you know, it's kind of like, you know, back in the day when MP3s became a thing, you know, you sell one file and then that's probably the last time you sell it because then it gets shared everywhere.
Well, that, and yeah, I don't want other people stealing my work. So, you know.
It's completely understandable, but a legitimate question to ask if you do. Because some folks do.
Yep. I support my business and I keep growing my business by the sales of those files, you know, those parts, not the files. So, you know, if I don't sell them, then I won't keep doing it and it all goes downhill from there.
And next thing you know, you're doing a live stream with me.
Yeah. And then, you know, this is what I'm stuck doing for the rest of my life. Yeah.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Larry said, there goes his dinner. I don't know what that means, but.
Larry said he was talking about us earlier today, so it kind of concerns me.
Yeah, that's why I was feeling sick.
Let's see here. What do I have on my list?
Hello, everyone in the chats. I could have stayed in New Jersey.
Could have stayed in New Jersey.
What?
Could be worse. Larry could show up again. What?
Nope. No, thank you. While you're freezing and under snow and shoveling out, I'll be down here in my shorts. Thank you. Running my trains.
Who's this guy?
Kyle Keiper.
I thought his last name was Kelper.
Kelper.
Kelper? Keiper?
Really? Are you messing up somebody's name again?
I'm teasing Dachman when he used to say his name all the time.
Yeah, he's right. He doesn't pay well at all. That's why I got to sell train parts.
Hey, Dachman's doing better than ever since he left me.
But
hey, wait, that's not helping me. All right, so
there was a train show in Youngstown this weekend?
There was a train show in Youngstown this weekend. I'm going to get the name wrong. I think it was like the Iron and Steel train show. It was a smaller one, an all-scale show. I did not go to that. I actually went to a show that was over in south of Pittsburgh. I can't think of the name of the place right now.
I think Slayer has a song like that. No heavy metal fans?
No. Not here.
Slayer, south of Pittsburgh? No one?
No.
Sorry.
Nope, sorry.
Crickets.
Crickets. So I guess let's start off with events, because I don't think I have any new product stuff to mention this time, unless you have some new stuff you're working on, Nico.
I do have one new product coming out.
All right. You want to show that?
Sure. So a lot of people are always missing this piece here on the Aristo-Craft steam engines. This is the part that goes on the tender. There you go. So this is the piece that goes on the tender. I've been a little hesitant to make this because this is made out of steel. And so I did actually quote to have this piece made out of steel. And if I make this out of steel, the cost would be about $40 a piece.
Ooh.
So,
okay.
Because the quantities, you know, I'm not selling thousands of these. I maybe sell 100. So I went back to the drawing board and I 3D printed it. So you still have the same hole, same configuration. I got rid of the pin, so the thickness of the pin is now the thickness of the block. So when you line those two up there.
Okay.
And I use a 632 screw, and you could also put a nut on it now, because a lot of people always have the problem when you go in reverse, the drawer bar pops up off of the pin. That pops up, and then now you're pulling on your wires. So on some of my engines, I use a collar, but so now you could actually put a nut on top and easily keep it locked together and easily take it off. So that will be available shortly.
Oh, nice. Now, is that printed out of, I'm assuming, ABS?
This is printed out of ABS, yes. So again, you still have the same 3 holes. Same 3 holes. Let me grab this way. So same 3 mounting holes, same 3 mounting holes. Probably be better if I held them both the same way. Oh, I did have them both the same way. Sorry. So you still have all the same mounting holes. It all mounts the same. It's, you know, structurally rigid. So, and it mounts to the same mounting points. So instead of having the bent up pieces of metal, now you have a plastic channel. So that will be on the website shortly.
Very nice. Anything else on your end?
Well, we'll cover the ditch lights later. We can cover that later towards the end.
The details are in the ditch lights?
The details are in the ditch lights. We want to start going over new products. I haven't really seen anything.
Yeah, I haven't seen, well, I'm not saying there hasn't been anything new announced. I just haven't seen anything in the past couple weeks.
The GP40s are shipping. That was the newest thing. And I do have one here we could discuss later.
All right. Well, I guess let's go to events, which
you
actually, I guess.
The sponsor first? Oh, see, Aaron got it. He went Slayer.
Huh?
He knows something. He knows something.
I was like, our sponsor is Slayer? What are you talking about? Yes, we should probably do the sponsor video since he's so nice to put up with us year after year, month after month. So, yeah, quick word from our sponsor, and we'll be right back with events that are coming up.
The following episode of Large Scale Live is brought to you by Splitjaw, makers of quality metal products for the G-scale modeling world. For rail clamps, expansion joints, bridges, and more, Splitjaw Products has you covered. For more information, visit their website at www.railclamp.com.
All right. Now, you have an event that I don't have it on the calendar yet, but you said you have the info for it there, Nico?
Yeah, I can share my screen here. Okay. Hopefully, maybe.
The info was submitted to me. I just hadn't had a chance to do the procedure to get it onto the calendar.
Procedurally?
Procedurally, yeah.
So, the Pocono Mountain Garden Railway Society, my former alma mater.
Alma mater?
Yeah, it's where I went to college. We'll be at the Sussex County Fairgrounds in Augusta, New Jersey on Friday, December 6th, Saturday, December 7th, and Sunday, December 8th. So if you're around the area and would like to go check it out, tickets are available. You could buy tickets ahead of time, but there's also other activities there. They have a whole bunch of charities, volunteers, the market. They have events. So you could go check that out.
Sweet.
And like I said, they have a bunch. Actually, the where the train layout is, they also have all these decorated Christmas trees surrounding it. So it's very festive and Christmassy.
That sounds nice.
If that's a word, but yes. So,
Christmassy?
Yes. So if you go there, tell them that Large Scale Live sent you, and Burger will give you a big kiss on the cheek.
Oh, well, that makes it worth it right there.
Yeah, that's what he told me to say.
Do have a quick question for you, Nico, from Mr. Kevin Huggins.
Yes, sir.
He'd like to know how much your 3D printed drawbars are.
They're probably going to be about $8 to $10 a piece. I just got to figure out the final pricing.
Ooh. Apparently the kiss is going to be a German one, according to Berger.
Yeah, a German one, yes.
Okay. So, and that's all you had on your end was for the...
For the, yes, events, yes.
All right. And as usual, over on our super fancy website, largescaletrains.com, if you have a G-scale event and you submit it to me, like Berger did, and I remember to put it onto the calendar before the show, it'll show up here on this screen. Sorry, Berger, I'll get that up there. So obviously right now we just have 3 things on here coming up. I know there's some other stuff, but I have not gotten...
Actually, I do have something else I'm trying to find. So
all right. Well,
you keep going and I'll keep looking.
All right. Well, I'm going to drop this off of here for the second, because actually the first one I do not have an updated website or anything yet. So I'll go off of the magazine article I have here out of Garden Trains Annual, which was the 2025 Northeast Large Scale Train Show. It says May 3rd and 4th.
So I did reach out to John.
Did you get an answer?
No, I've messaged him 3 times and called him.
Okay.
I still don't have an answer. So
because I have not gotten any other answers on that yet. So I will say to everybody, before you definitively put that date on your calendar, make sure you get confirmation. And I don't have a update of their website yet. It still has this year's dates on it. But per the ad I have in the magazine, it's May 3rd and 4th. So, of course, the weekend after that is going to be our show here in Ohio, the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo, which is going to be Friday, May 9th and Saturday, May 10th. You will have the 2025 NGRC.
Oh, wait. Let's go back to the Great Lakes.
I want
to make a Great Lakes.
I was going to circle back around.
You're going to circle back?
Yeah, I'm going to circle back. As soon as I get done with the BTO. I didn't want to like pause and take it away.
All right, circle back. Go ahead.
So on June 18th to the 22nd is going to be the 40th National NGRC in Sacramento, California. And then, of course, July 13th to the 18th in Helen, Georgia is going to be the Big Train Operators Convention. Now, of course, the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo, there is admission to get in. You don't have to pre-register for that. Obviously, the NGRC is something you need to register for. The Big Train Operators Club, you do need to be a member of the Big Train Operators Club, and you do need to register for that. But if you head on over to the website, I do have links when you click on each one of these. It'll take you to the official websites so that you can get all the additional info on that. With that said, Mr. Nico had something he wanted to say.
I did?
Yeah. Said you had an announcement to make.
Me?
In regards to the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo.
Okay. So Since this is our first year as the Great Lakes Train Expo, I want to announce that we will be having a modeling contest.
And
No if, no ands, no buts. There will be a modeling contest.
no, I was going to say you might want to specify for Mr. Otis that's in the comments what a modeling contest is.
Yes, we are talking about model trains, Larry. No Speedos, please. No White Yeti Speedos. Thank you. So we're going to start with 3 categories, and hopefully we build it every year from there. The categories will be motive power, so engines. Second category will be rolling stock, and the third category will be structures. So more to come on that. Everybody will have to pre-register to be entered, so we can make up the voting coupons, and we will let the public vote on who is who's going to win. So it won't be a select group, so nobody can complain.
They'll always be complaining. Come on.
Yes.
It's part of the fun.
Chuck sent a message in there about the...
Yep, I saw that.
There you go. So look for more details on the modeling contest, and we will keep that up to date. So actually, I do have another... I don't know if you want to cover Chuck's thing there, but I have another announcement here.
Another announcement relating to the Great Lakes or something else?
No, another event. Sorry.
Oh, all right. I was going to say 2 other things about ours, and then I'll mention Chuck's there because I just don't want to bounce back and forth and confuse people.
Why would you start now?
Why would I start now? Why would I quit, I guess, right?
Yes. Why would you
So for the Great Lakes show that we're doing here in Ohio, we do have 2 clubs committed at this point to come and set up displays to have operating layouts. The first club that committed with us was the Lakeshore Garden Railway Club out of Southeast Michigan. They'll be traveling down to set up their modular layout for us to run during the show so everybody can enjoy. And then just recently, we had the Susquehanna Valley Garden Railway Society commit to us. They're going to be coming and setting up a very nice landscaped layout, if anybody's familiar with their layouts from the East Coast shows from the past when they were in York.
So they were the club that was, as soon as you walked in the entrance, they were the club that had everything set up on the floor. And had all the scenery with the mulch and trees and very detailed.
Mm-hmm. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, we do have the Making Trains Fun kids clinics that are taking place during the show. And we do have vendors starting to come in. I don't want to start mentioning them just yet, but we're having...
Well, I know you can mention one that's definitely going to...
Can mention one?
Yes.
Which one's that?
4-track will definitely be there.
Oh, you're coming?
I was the first to register. What do you mean am I coming?
This is true. Nico was the very first person to make official payment.
Yes. Damn it.
If I had a cheer sound, I'd play it right now, but I don't have anything ready.
I get no credit, I tell you.
No, we probably have a good number of the tables sold already. So I would say if you're interested in coming to go over to the website, greatlakestrainexpo.com, and go to the vendors and exhibitors tab that you see right here. And you can scroll down and select if you want to be a vendor and exhibitor and fill out the necessary info. And that'll get you on our list to get back with you.
So I have another event if you want to give me the...
Well, let's mention Chuck's thing now.
Oh, well, all right, fine. Do Chuck's thing.
I don't make Chuck wait too long. So Chuck put up here, the Nashville Area Garden Railroaders are setting up at the Music City Christmas Train Show December 13th and 14th. If anyone's in the Nashville area during that time, so you can stop by and see a nice Christmas layout display. And I know it's been on the screen for a moment, but I'm reading it because I know there's people that are just listening. Okay, so what do you got there, Mr. Nico?
All right, hold on. Let me present here. Share my screen. I get there eventually. Oh, I do. Am I still presenting? Stop screen. There we go. Present. Sorry, I'm illiterate here. Is that it? Image. Where's my image? Is that it? Nope, that's not the right one. That one? Yes, there we go. All right. So can you see my screen there?
Yeah.
So Tidewater Big Train Operators 2024 Annual Holiday Train Display. This is at the Avalon Church of Christ, 844 Woodstock Road, Virginia Beach, Virginia. So starting Friday, December 6th through Saturday, December 14th. And you see the hours there. Santa will be there at various times. And no, Santa is not Larry Otis, just so in case anybody was wondering.
That, I think I'd be concerned if I came down and saw Larry Otis eating cookies and drinking my milk in the middle of the night.
And it's free. So,
free? Is that what you said?
Free. Yep. Free entrance. There is a door prize, and you get to see a bunch of G-scale trains running around various displays. So
very nice.
There's another one. Sorry, I forgot to get that set up beforehand, and I remembered too late. Thank you, Tal, for sending me that so quickly.
Okay. Let's see. Do we have anything else that we need to mention at the moment?
Here's another one from Larry. The Museum of Science in Boston has a train layout for the Xmas season. Thanks for all the details. Very detailed there, Larry. Could fully tell everybody
now. I don't have anything I can put on the screen to show this, but I actually do have some info. Let's see. So
my dog is snoring.
Your dog is snoring.
Yeah.
I don't have the specifics, so maybe one of the guys from Cincinnati are watching, but the Cincinnati Garden Railway Society actually is doing a setup at the Heritage Village down by Cincinnati, I believe. I'm looking for the address here. I'm not seeing it in front of me, but they did a Christmas display setup down there that's going to be open. It looks like just about December 5th, 6th, 12th, and 13th, 14th, 15th, 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st. If I get some official info to put to this, there we go. There's the new president of the Cincinnati Garden Railway Society, Mr. Zachary Riggins. If you have some better info to throw into the chat there, Zach, I will put it up on the screen. Note if you're trying to put a URL in there for a website, it's not going to go through. You might need to message that to me. But I will add that info to our calendar as well once I have all the full info on that.
Evan sent something here. I don't know what dates this is for.
I believe that's exactly what I just said. December 5th, 6th, 12th, and 13th, 14th, 15th. Yep. That's for Cincinnati.
Okay. That's what I was just
wondering. But I'm not sure what the address is for Heritage Village because the most recent email I have here I'm looking at, I didn't see it.
And then
the answer to that, Mark, is no. Logistically, no, that had nothing to do with it. I'm just a small player in that operation. There were just several hurdles that are not going to make that happen this year, unfortunately. We're looking forward to trying to do that again next year. No, it was not me. There we go. Evan gave us the address for the Cincinnati setup is 11500 Lebanon Road, Sharonville, Ohio.
Who's Sharon Woods? I don't know. Zachary just said Sharon Woods.
Sharon Woods. Not sure. I don't know.
Hey, there's John.
Oh. John Simkovich.
Yep.
Don't want to make him the French Canadian. He gets angry about that.
So as I was saying, on to my next thing. This is the next engine I have to patch over. So we're going to get rid of this on here, this Lehigh Valley. We're going to patch over that, get rid of it.
Big Conrail patch.
Nobody wants Lehigh Valley, so we're going to work on getting rid of that. So, all right, on to the next thing.
I can feel the steam coming out of John's ears all the way from here in Ohio.
He was too busy typing Simkovich.
All right. So
it's actually Simkovich, is it? I don't know. That's what he typed.
That. Oh wow! Wow. You just went down on the Christmas list, buddy.
Oh well, yeah, it happens.
All right. Well, I tell you what. How about we do our sponsor video for our other sponsor, and then we'll come back with our guest.
Okie dokie.
Does that sound like a wiener, everybody? If not, it's too bad. We'll be right back. And we're back with our guest.
Who's our guest?
The Terminator, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, Nico said a modeling contest, so I'm ready.
You gotta,
Hey,
you know, you gotta strike a pose, man. You can't just be sitting there.
How we doing?
I'm feeling intimidated after that pose.
I got unfriended in less than 5 minutes. That was pretty good.
Is that what it takes?
And real quick, I'll throw this on the screen for people wondering about the Cincinnati thing at Heritage Village. It's located in Sharon Woods off Route 42. So I'll get that info on the website. And that Lehigh Valley thing in Kyle's shirt apparently triggered Dackman over here. Repainted with a what?
Yes.
With a mop and bucket.
Yes.
Oh, he's been watching Rail Fanning with the Bednars, hasn't he?
Yep. Need his Diet Coke and Yakko's hot dogs.
I got to watch more of that. Those are entertaining videos.
Yes, you definitely do.
So you're still in good graces with John, Kyle.
Well, Nico, that's making its trip north, right? That RS3.
Once we cover over Lehigh Valley, yeah.
Yep.
Man.
Got to patch it for Conrail.
Yep. Wait, we'll have to add it with Vinny's GP38.
Yep.
He said for now. I'm waiting for the next message that says unfriend.
I'm gonna paint it with a little G scale mop and bucket.
Yes. There's the GUR.
Sorry, John. I had to.
I'm sorry we're having fun at your expense, John, but we can't afford much.
No, it's easy entertainment.
It's easy to entertain us. We entertain ourselves.
To answer Burger, no, we're wearing a patch shirt. Patched. Yes, patched.
Yeah, I was looking for mine beforehand, and it's somewhere.
Oh, I was wearing a Northeast shirt. See, I forgot.
Have to come back.
Andrew's distracted again.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I got people sending me messages for.
Yeah, we're not doing a show or anything.
No,
you answer your personal messages.
Well, no, they were sending me other stuff, but we're going to have to move past that for now, and I'll come back around.
They had their chances to send it into you before the show.
Yeah.
Well, those of you that sent stuff to me, if I don't get a chance to mention on here, I will get it added to our calendar on the website and get that out there.
I'll try and remind him beforehand so he actually does it.
Hey, who had to remind you what the right dates were for the Ohio show? Telling
Sorry.
people the wrong dates in the chat.
I'm trying to get people to come down, not worried about the dates. I'm just trying to
Yeah,
get.
they just be here a whole month early. What are they going to do? Live at my house for a month?
Yes.
Could be.
That'd
Nice
be
place.
interesting.
They have to organize though. They can't just they can't say they're free thing. They have to organize the trains for you.
They could work on your shed entrance. You know.
Yeah.
Lots of free labor. I could go for that.
I thought that's what you have Cody for.
Yeah. Isn't that what you have Cody for? I know what I have Cody for, but you have Cody for a different reason.
I think everyone needs a Cody.
You have Cody to keep your 3D printer working full time?
Yes.
All right.
I hope
So
we're getting coal, not just cinders.
cinders is probably lower than coal, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, we're that low now.
I think I'd rather the coal than the cinders. What can you do with cinders?
Yeah. So when my mother grew up in Italy during World War II, they actually loved getting coal because they would warm it up and put it in the thing, and then they would be able to warm their beds during the winter. So people actually used to love to get coal, not just it wasn't a bad thing.
No.
Hey, I know our friend Charlie. He's always a fan of getting coal.
Yeah.
He can use it in his live steam.
He's got them Doc special blends too.
No, Jen, you do not need to use that place. Oh, there you go. You can go live in the fort at Straczynski's.
Yeah, there you go.
Nice fort. It's even better than my shed.
And now the floor is coated nicely
with 91% isopropyl. An ore yard. Oh, that's still not my fault. I didn't tell Cody to back that hopper train or the ore train into the coal mine. That's many times did you say that's my bad directing. I had nothing to do with that.
Hey, how about when I delivered a flat car and a tank car there?
What's funny about that is Dachman watched that, and all the things he messaged me about I did wrong. That's not one of the things that he picked up on.
Very funny.
I think our commercial was the best thing.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, I think he's still living off of that.
The archives.
Yeah. Can we see that commercial again?
Yeah.
I might have it sitting here somewhere. Let's see.
We need to pause the show, and Andrew needs to find not.
Oh
Sean's
no! Here it is.
Hey, hold on.
A piece of candy. All for us and none for him. Not Sean's jelly beans. My guilty pleasure.
Not Sean's jelly beans. All for you and none for him, when they're too good to share.
Please note, Not Sean's Jelly Beans is not a real product, not available for sale or for purchase. And whatever you do, please, don't give Sean any jelly beans.
Thank you.
Well, since the three of us were on here, I figured it would be a good time to play it.
I've never removed that from my list of videos that are in the pre-play thing here. I figured it would come up again at some time.
Yeah, you got to have that. That's got to be, on instant feed.
Yes. Instant. It's got to be right on your fingertips.
For some reason, after that, Larry has to change his Speedo.
Oh. Well, he's getting to that age, You got to, every once in a while, he's got to change. Yeah.
But seems like everybody else was getting some good laughs out of that. Yeah, it is a funny commercial, but just remember, don't listen to anything that Sean tells you.
It would be really funny if Sean plays that on his own channel.
He did, actually. If I remember correctly, I think he included in one of his videos that he did shortly after that. And I bought one of those hoppers to make my own Not Sean's Jelly Bean, and Nico got mad and said there's only allowed to be one of them.
Yeah, I made the original.
I think maybe we should do a boxcar.
But how are you going to get the jelly beans out of a boxcar?
Who says I'm putting jelly beans in it?
Well, that'd be the trick, How do you get them out when the doors are glued shut, right?
Yeah, especially
if Sean, have some jelly beans.
We just need a whole bunch of those hoppers with the jelly beans glued in as we watch Sean try to get them out of there.
Just try to grab them. They're all glued together. How did you get it?
That would be an evil.
No, that would be fun.
Anyway, we're back to the show, I guess.
Yeah. So
All
what's
right.
sitting behind you, Kyle?
So do we want to talk about Q1 or do we want to talk about Project SD50?
Jens, you got to quit falling in puddles, man.
I think he peed himself from laughing.
Well, you did Q1 first, so I guess let's talk about that one first, huh?
Okay. So back in the day when Conrail took over, they had a bunch of stuff in the deadline, and they got hired because of Altoona shops to rebuild engines for other railroads, and they needed something to test the engine, I guess, before they sent it out. So they took an SD45 out of their deadlines, stripped the hood apart, and came up with
Try again.
Other side, Kyle. Remember, you moved them before we started the stream.
And so they came up with this. I'm not going to try picking up. That's a bad idea.
Yep, there goes a twisted back. You're not
So-
young anymore. You can't do that.
We'll just do this.
There you go.
So, no, it is not primer. It is actually gray.
Primer gray?
Primer gray, I guess you could go with that.
And I believe that is the actual Q1, correct?
Correct. And I went with as close as replicated to what I thought Conrail had it as, because there was only 2 photos I could find on the internet when Conrail owned her. Because she never really had, I'm not even sure if she has traction motors in her. But it never left Altoona. Basically, they moved it around with a shop switcher. But so the hood part that's open there, I went with, well, I'm not doing that much detail. So it was hard.
Use your modeler's license, Kyle. It's okay.
Yeah. I went with, well, let's go with this part here. I don't know if you want to go to the photo with like out the engine block there, Andrew.
That's what I'm looking to see. Without
They want to know where the rust is, or have you not got to?
That's a good question.
But no rest on Q1. She's too new right now.
Okay.
So this is where I started.
And John wants to know how you assumed its gender.
Because every mechanical device is a her, especially when it gives you problems.
I'm
I'm not touching that. Son.
waiting for the hand to come across the back of that.
Well, true. Yeah, you just see a hand come out.
I told you before we started, Kyle, the camera's not going to be here to protect you after
No.
the stream ends.
This is gonna be a dirty look playing Yoshi's World over there.
So what are you watching in the background? Forget about the engine in the
I
front.
don't even remember. That was so I had to scroll back in photos that I had in a chat because I didn't even have them on my phone anymore. So that was the only spot I shared them before I sent it to Nico to print the EMD 20 cylinder. So basically I was looking at pictures and like I've had this project in the works for many, many years, and I bought a locomotive off of Andrew, and he stole the trucks.
Oh, yeah, I still have those here.
Yep, of course. He didn't use them at all.
Yeah, he was going to use them, so he couldn't sell them because he was going to use them.
So
I did have a use for them. They're my spare trucks.
yeah, he took the side frames and everything, and left me with almost nothing.
You knew what you were getting when I sold them,
know.
do you?
So then I found another one on the internet and bought just the frame, and then sold that just for the trucks. Yeah. Well, long story short, she started off with a whole bunch of parts.
And
And
the
then
pilots were broke too, weren't they?
what's that?
The pilots, or one of them was broke, I thought.
Somebody dropped it.
I think
Yeah.
I sold you one truck for that too.
You got me one brand new Aristo motor block.
No, I think I sold you a used one too.
No, you sold me a
No?
brand new one.
Okay.
and I bought a
It's
box.
amazing, it's amazing how it went from a whole engine to being dropped, getting parted out, and then Kyle started like building it back together.
Yes, we can put Humpty Dumpty back together again.
If Kyle is anything, he's committed or probably should be committed. Yeah.
We go from junk to streamline. It may take a couple years, but we're getting there. So this is what I got. I had the trucks by then. And then I started looking at pictures, and I'm like, oh, well, if I cut it here, and I cut it here, and then glue this together, and then we get Nico to 3D print an engine for me. Yep, there's before I had it glued together. I was screwing around with it. So luckily for me, I worked at a metal shop. We had this nice bandsaw. So I was able to put it in the bandsaw and cut it really slowly and got a nice straight cut. And I didn't have to do like any sanding.
That'd be a new blade on that bandsaw, man.
It was brand spanking new.
Because the place I worked at, they'd always run the blade up against the side of a vise and chew the teeth off, and it would cut the bird all the
It's
time.
not one of those bandsaws. This was a floor bandsaw.
Oh, one of them.
Horizontal bandsaw.
Yes.
Okay. I know what you're talking about.
Yes. And that was a brand new blade. So I did that. And I'm pretty sure, didn't you keep the cab on that too? Or no, did I have the cab? I don't know.
I believe the cab was kept because Cody was keeping it for whatever the heck engine, I forget now. But yeah, you are right. So yeah, you had to get a cab for it too. You really did buy a lot of parts to put that thing back together.
And I got told by a couple people that it wasn't worth putting back together. And we're just going to ignore that question.
That's why I didn't click on it.
What is? I don't even know what number 206 is.
206 is the Allen Pell and Auburn 206.
Oh.
But SW that I've been working on that I put on the back burner because I got frustrated and just, yeah, that's what happens. Like I get frustrated with things and I shelve it for a while and then I get back to it later.
I got you.
So this is what I was. What are you doing? I shelve it for a while and then I get back to it later. Yo, stop clicking. Stop. You're interrupting the show, please.
So I wasn't even sure what the heck I clicked on. It's one of them nights.
Cody said it was not a cab. I don't know what it was, but it was not a cab.
Okay. Well, wait. I know what it was. It was
The number board?
The number board part. That's what it was.
Oh, just the front, the eyebrows?
Where the horn attaches and the headlight and everything. Yeah. And then I was missing the stock headlight piece that had like the number board, chipboard, and the headlight pieces. So then I talked to Mr. Nico at 4Track and asked him if he could 3D print a EMD engine to go in there.
That was fun.
It's still oozing resin, by the way. I've just given up. Can we have the next photo, Andrew?
It's like a real EMD engine. You know, it's leaking oil.
If it ain't leaking oil, it ain't running.
So should the next one be just the engine sitting there?
Could be. I don't know. I don't remember.
Cody said he never got anything from that SD45.
All right, so this is, well, I guess we should go to the one where they're like a couple pieces of motors where I didn't glue them together yet.
This one.
Yeah, that one. So that's.
Oh, those definitely look fresh off of the 3D printer.
Yeah.
Well, I gave him some spare pieces. You
Yep.
know, prints that failed, you know, all that good stuff.
So then I yep, that sounds right. So basically I glued two good motor halves together after a little bit of sanding and body work. Oh, thank you.
Oh, wait, I can't resist. Is that the same mop that they use to paint over the Lehigh Valley engines with, John?
Yep. That's why the paint didn't last very long. All right, Andrew, next photo.
Was that the one I had up before?
Hey,
You don't
Maybe,
know? Maybe,
could be.
sort of that one.
Okay, so this is where I was
That's glued together, but not finished yet.
correct. That was glued together, and I was modifying the stock Aristo frame support that mounts to the frame, so the wires could go through underneath the engine block, because that's how Nico 3D printed it. So there was an opening at the bottom.
I had to do that so it would scale out right.
Yes.
So.
And then I cut the piece and then welded a piece back in the middle, so it had the strength support in the middle, because she does have the stock Aristo weights in her, because I planned on using her in my contest of locomotives to run. So then, as you can see, I think I have a... You want to go to the other photo of that? Or is that the same photo? Just a different angle?
Yeah. The one before that was this one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. You can see right behind the wires there's the piece that I welded back in. It's very hard to see.
Like on the front end?
Yeah, right where you have the mouse there, a little bit to the left. You can see the metal sticking out under the wires.
Oh, back in here.
Yep, that runs the length from there all the way underneath the engine block to the front, so it has the support in the middle.
I think Dachman was questioning my motor modeling skills, that I wouldn't put the proper engine in.
I'm going to tell you what, if you put the wrong one in there, he'd let you know about it.
Yeah, I know.
Well, there is somebody on the internet that just showed a picture of a 16-cylinder and an SD45, and they had like adapter pipes and everything.
Oh, which John asked if the real one ever ran.
Well, Q1 never ran out on the system, but right now she's NS technically 1000, but doesn't have an engine block in her, because obviously she was a test bed engine. That's all she was used for. They put the engine in to make sure they ran before they sent them out.
That was it. They would just hook the motor up and then pull it back out.
Correct, and then send it to like I don't know, Union Pacific or short line railroads or whatever.
Okay.
Send engine blocks. And,
I thought it was like a demonstrator unit or something like that.
Well, it was more of they called it the test bed engine, because they would put like engine blocks that they rebuilt that weren't going in their locomotives to send them out to others, or they would do sometimes marine applications also for ships.
Okay.
So that would have been before it was painted. And this is when I was starting to screw around with the electronics.
So the real Q1 always had that midsection removed, like they
Yes.
they didn't drop an engine in and then set the hood back over.
No, there is no hood.
Okay.
So it makes sense if they're swapping engines all the time. That would just be in the way.
Correct. And her hood is long gone, because there was talk about preserving her because she's actually one of the bicentennial Erie units.
Oh, really?
Yes. I think it's 6097 is her number under Erie.
6097?
Yes. So it would have been red, white, and blue with some stars.
Oh, I know that paint scheme. I like that.
So originally I was going to do that paint scheme and patch it for Conrail, obviously. But then I'm like, Q1 is just awesome. So this would have been before I took it to Charlie's house to decal it. So this is painted, ready to go. The engine block painted. The exhaust is painted. It has the full Aristo electronics in it. Different speaker, but all the electronics now are in the back of the hood, not like, because normally where the engine block sits is where the chipboard is with the switches.
Oh, yeah.
That is all in the back. I only had to extend the headlight wires to the front. And if you remove the one grill or fan, is where you can access the switches and the Revo program button.
Cool.
Must have been cold that day. There's snow on the boxcar's roof. Or ice, actually.
I don't think that car ever comes in out of the cold, does it?
No, sir. That is the weather car.
The weather car.
Yeah, haven't you ever seen the
The weather rock.
rock? Yeah, that's the weather boxcar.
If the rock is wet, it's raining.
Raining. If rock is gone, tornado. Oh, and that's a 4-track RR snowplow in the front.
Oh, nice.
Keep plugging, Kyle. Keep plugging.
Hey, I call 1-800-NICO. He delivers. To an extent.
What do you mean? What did they not deliver on?
No, I mean like actual deliver.
Oh, okay. I was going to say,
Sometimes-
wait, what are you trying to say here?
Sometimes Nico delivers twice.
Yeah.
So that actually has one factory Aristo motor block and one Bachmann Aristo motor block under her because obviously some guy stole the motor blocks on me before he sold it to me.
So
They wouldn't have worked with it. The side frames were yellow, Kyle. They're no good for you.
So did you just reverse the motor wires, or did you actually go into the motor block and turn the motors?
I tried that because somebody told me I had to do that, and then they were fighting each other.
Okay.
So I put it back the way I got it, and then it was fine. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. I'm like, what is going on here? And the one motor block was trying to go forwards, and the other one trying to go backwards. It was like playing tug of war.
Yeah. So Dachman wants you to make the Conrail Critter.
Oh, the Enola one. I've thought about it.
Oh, the little 2-axle on the EMD truck.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
It
that's
still
the one
exists,
that-
I think. I think it's
Isn't
still.
that what Aristo-Craft made, the little critter?
No, this would have been just a truck with like batteries on top of it
Oh.
and a coupler.
Hmm.
I don't know how I'd stick a Revo in it. That's the only problem.
Chris Sambucci said it was EL3632, and Q1 does not have traction motors.
Yeah.
And for some reason in that folder, Kyle, I did not see a finished picture of your Q1.
Sounds about right.
So I just went.
And Crazy Train says you need to put a smoke unit in it to simulate a bad rebuild.
That would have me hollowing out an engine block that doesn't really have a hollowing out
Well,
capability.
you would get all that resin out of there finally.
I could. I drilled giant holes in it. And it's like oozed down through the frame and there it is.
Yeah, so I went on to our Conrail group on Facebook.
Yeah.
And found a nice finished photo of it for you.
Can you zoom into the cab closer?
Yeah. Oop, closer, not further.
That's not the cab. There you go.
So it doesn't look like it, but that little decal took Charlie Zigerman and I almost 2.5 to 3 hours to design because of it actually has a black outline over the white.
That sounds like
outline over the white.
So
Yeah.
if you zoom in a little more,
a little
you
closer.
can.
A little closer around the outside edge.
Yes.
Yeah, I can see that.
And it's not only around the one, it's around the number symbol and around the quality.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
Yes.
I like that little box there on the front. What is that?
The cab signal box.
Who made that?
That would have been, we used to get them from,
Trainwreck?
no, hold on. That 3D website that just went out of business, like,
GLX?
No, the one that would do the printing for you.
Oh, Shapeways?
yes.
Yeah.
And I had given Vinny one, and he lost it because he was supposed to start making more for us.
Aha.
Well, you were supposed to give it to me, and then it wouldn't have gotten lost.
True.
So let's
Just
see.
saying. That's cool though. Yeah, I can make that. That's pretty easy. You could send me dimensions.
I could just send you one.
Oh, you have one?
I'd have to get one out of Charlie, but yes.
You gonna get it out of Charlie? Why? It's in Charlie?
Out of Charlie's little box.
I found a couple more
That was before. That was before I put the windows in her and the front handrails.
Okay. And then let's see, I found this one as well in our group that you probably want to show. Looks like that's the rear end.
Yes. Now, I could not find any photos. Like I said, there was only 2 that really I could find, because obviously she really wasn't photographed that much because of being in Altoona in the shop area. So this is my representation of Q1 under Conrail, because I don't think she actually had Conrail quality on her nose or on her back of the hood here. But I said, you know what? It's mine. I can do what I want.
You know, and a lot of people need to realize that. Like, you know, don't be petrified that you're not going to get it right. Everybody.
And I also went with sometimes the juice ain't worth the squeeze. So I went with.
Larry just caught up that Shapeways is the
Yeah.
one.
Because
I was. You just found it today. I shipped it back to you like 2 months ago.
I was going to do like a whole bunch more detail work, like, you know, make the coolant hoses coming out of the back of the hood and everything. And I'm like, no. I went for, you know,
10-foot.
10-foot rule. Yeah, maybe 5-foot rule, but definitely a 10-foot rule. Because
very nice, Kyle.
Most of the photos that I could find were just before NS repainted. Well, painted her black to be NS 1000. So, like, there's a whole bunch of things where, like, near the engine block, there would have been steel plates, so you, like, couldn't fall off, I guess, where Conrail had, like, a meshy stuff between the railing. Like, it would have been, like, mounted right to the railings.
Crazy Train said 50 foot or going by at 50 miles per hour is my rule.
I'd like to see a G-scale train go 50 miles an hour.
Scale miles an hour.
Okay, but still, 50 miles an hour?
I'm pretty sure Crazy Train can do it.
Well, they used to have those rocket-powered engine races up at Ridge Road Station. So
true.
There's one video of one leaving the tracks and going off into the...
Would that include that that sewer lid that's still floating around up in outer space that they launched up because whatever they did that NASA was screwing around with high explosives or something? I forget what the actual story is. That
it's a good thing it didn't come back down.
It was some hole they like boreholed or whatever and put a sewer lid on it and lit off some explosives and it launched it up in outer space.
Ooh.
What do we got here?
Train running, looks like.
Wait a minute. You can't show that yet.
Q1's in there, see?
Yeah, I know Q1's in there, but that gives the other one away.
Yeah, you're ruining
the other one's already sitting behind you.
Andrew, you're ruining it again.
Oh, that's the long hopper train.
Yeah, how many cars were in that, Kyle?
I think 67 on this test.
What did we get up to that day? 112?
It was very close, like 100. I think it was almost 121.
Oh.
For the record, this is all the coal that John's having sent to the 3 of us for Christmas.
And 1 car of ballast.
And 1 car of ballast.
Does anybody know what Larry's talking about? Because he's just spurting out stuff.
LGB Model Railroad Club used to as well.
It as well.
As well.
And remember, stopping was the problem, not starting.
What's that?
Stopping was the problem, not starting.
Yeah, that did seem to be problematic.
And John said it's not coal, it's cinders. Remember, it's cinders.
Yeah, I was rather impressed that whole thing ran around there and just kept running. That ran for hours that day.
Yes, it did. Just don't stop. Just keep going.
Oh, that's what he's trying to say. Larry speaks in broken English here. He's saying that the LGB NRRC used to do it as well, the rocket cars.
Interesting.
So that's what Larry was trying to say in Larry Otis language.
You have to decipher him, that's all.
I didn't bring my decoder ring, sorry.
Oh, darn.
Drink your Ovaltine. Christmas story reference for anyone that didn't get that.
Really? Thanks for clarifying.
So anything else on Q1, Kyle? Does anybody have any questions about Q1 for Kyle?
Do you want to do a giveaway? It's 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. Yeah, I can do that in a moment.
No, this wasn't made by Great Trains. Kyle made it.
Huh?
Do
He
we?
said Great Trains. I said, no, not Great Trains. Kyle made it.
Yeah, it's Kyle made.
Do we
I
say?
think it meant Great Train. I don't see an S on there.
Okay. Fine. Be that way.
Did we say giveaway?
Well,
apparently Larry can't.
I think we're going to do one of the smaller giveaways first, right?
Okay.
Larry's not eligible because he's telling us to bite him.
Okay.
Oh,
And
hey,
John
Mike.
said Q1 was a steam locomotive for some reason. We'll put that up there for Kyle to chew on while I set this up.
No, it doesn't roll over and play dead like your Mikado.
I think his Mikado did that twice.
Yep. Again.
I think you should install them like airbags that when it tips over, it goes boom.
It's like boom, boom. It bounces off the track.
and it needs one of them life alert things. Help! I fallen and I can't get up.
Wow, it's getting brutal in here tonight.
Chuck said fantastic work.
Thank you.
And the railway roundhouse looks great, Kyle.
Thank you.
And Larry says he didn't type that.
Larry didn't type that.
I didn't type that.
Oh, okay. The cat did it?
I don't know. Somebody did.
The ghost? I don't know.
Somebody did it. I believe Larry didn't do it. He's not responsible for his own actions.
And if
His
depending
mouth
on
and his brain aren't connected.
and depending on whether if you do come to the Sussex County Fairgrounds, Q1 and the Project SD50 will be at the fairgrounds running.
Oh, sweet.
John said it was a 4464 PRR Q1.
Okay, you say so.
And Ant says it looks good even though it's not a steam engine.
Okay. All right. So for our giveaway tonight,
What are we giving away?
That'd be a good idea.
sheesh.
Help! I've derailed and I'm stuck. And then you could go run over and fix it.
Wait.
Oh,
And
boy.
it dispatches a Cody.
It dispatches Cody. A little door opens up and Cody runs out to fix it.
It's like a trunk monkey, but instead of a trunk monkey, it's Cody.
I just saw that commercial the other day.
It'll be like a little engine shed, or not like a little watchman shanty, and all of a sudden Cody comes out.
I really hope Cody's watching right now.
Yeah, he's gonna kill me. Ooh, we're giving away rail clamps.
Yeah. Our gracious sponsor, Splitjaw, has offered to give away some 12 packs of clamps tonight. Let me get the right giveaway ticker up here.
He's prepared as always.
Oh, not that one. Unless Nico's giving something away tonight. Giving away anything?
I give it all away every night.
Hashtag Nico got robbed.
All right. So if you'd like to enter the giveaway for a 12-pack of split jaw rail clamps, and you'll have your pick of direct to rail or over the clamp or over the joiner. What? Oh God.
You can't go. Did you start it already? The counter?
I did. I'm just gonna let you guys run the show, okay?
It's not hashtag split jaw.
I need my
Well,
pictures.
I can't let you guys run the show.
I need my pictures.
Bill's Toy Box. It's hashtag rail clamp, not hashtag split jaw.
Yep, as you see in the scroll at the bottom, hashtag rail clamp.
So you are not counted as of this moment. Try again.
Wow.
Okay, he got it. Hashtag rail clamp. There you go.
Hey, Adam Downer there, you need a hashtag.
Crazy Train put hashtag split jaw in there, I believe.
Yep. Split jaw.
Split
Rail
jaw.
clamp.
Rail clamp.
Hashtag rail clamp.
Yes.
Cap or not cap, doesn't matter. But need hashtag rail clamp.
That's what we're here for, to make sure you get entered properly.
That's all we're doing. We're not, no show. We're just making sure you guys can type.
Some days I can't type.
Jennings, Peter something. Bang.
It says rail cramp. You forgot the hashtag and it's clamp.
Crazy Jane. It is not split jaw. It is what? John? No, that's not the hashtag.
Oh yeah, I like that one. Hashtag Kyle's Q1.
Maybe you could save that one for later.
But yeah, hashtag rail clamp, everybody, for the giveaway.
Hey, Glenn's watching.
Who?
Oh, hi, Glenn.
Hi, Glenn. Say hello to Marianne.
Glenn. Hi, Marianne.
All right. So it looks like everybody's got hashtag rail clamp now. Oh, except for Jen's Peter Bang. He's still at rail cramps. Re-enter there. What?
What?
I guess that's,
Are
I
you
have
trying
no
to
idea what he's talking about.
I think that's rail clamp in German.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
John wants to win your engine so he can drop it off the layout, Kyle.
No. I already had an engine take a dive off the workbench. No, not that one.
Don't I have to make you new parts or something? You never told me what I need to make you.
Yeah, I was waiting to have some extra money to pay you.
Yeah.
You know, that usually works.
It helps my hobby. So, No space, Jens. And no S either. Hashtag rail clamp.
Larry Otis, we are not picking on you. You just do it to yourself. So does Bachmann.
You forgot Kyle, too.
Yeah.
And Berger says, Nico, check your text message.
Not falling for this again.
So I got hacked last time. Oh. And our friend Dan Gilchrist sent me another picture of Q1 I can show for you, Kyle.
Okay.
Dan Gilchrist sent me another picture of Q1, the real one, that I can show for you. After we finish this giveaway up, I'll well, actually, we'll come back to it because people are still putting the hashtag rail clamp in there. So
Hey, Jen's got it. Nope, he still messed it up. No space. Hashtag rail clamp. All one word.
maybe Jens could let me remote into his computer for him, and I'll type it for him. Let's see. Where'd that photo go he just sent me?
As long as it's in good running condition, yeah, you could reach out to us on our.
Did you read the whole thing?
No.
Read the whole thing and then remember who's typing it.
Already in packing peanut size. Oh, what? He already blew it up or broke it or something?
I'm pretty sure he did.
There.
His videos aren't for the faint of heart at times, you know?
Somebody's asking if you're having difficulties, Andrew.
If I'm having difficulties?
Yes.
I thought Andrew was sharing a photo of the real Q1. What happened to that?
I am, and I am having a difficulty with that called Microsoft Windows.
Huh.
And Larry said hashtag revenge in West Springfield.
Hashtag what?
Revenge in West Springfield. That means, when we go up there, isn't us having to hang out with you revenge enough? I mean,
we had to stay in a hotel with him.
Ouch, shots fired. Shots fired.
And Jen's got it right finally.
Hey!
We knew you could do it, Jens.
We had faith in you. All right, you gonna? Well, people are still entering, so are you gonna show the picture of the Q1 or?
Yeah, as soon as Microsoft Windows likes the picture. I think it's because I downloaded it from Messenger, how Dan sent it to me, and it was choking on the format, the JFIF format.
Hey, it can't be any worse than when I sent you photos and it decided to self-crop them.
Oh my Lord, yeah, that was messed up.
And balloon them and make them really tiny, and yeah.
So Jen said he is a difficulty.
Yeah, like he's a diagnosis in a medical journal somewhere. So there's the photo Dan sent me, Kyle. Do you have that one?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen that one. You sent me that one.
Yes.
And John wants you to read his PM.
Who, me?
It says Andrew, right? Isn't your name Andrew?
No.
Well, I wasn't looking at the screen. I heard you say John wants you to, and I'm like, you talking to me, Kyle? What the heck is John sending me now?
Oh, he's sending you the Q1 from Pennsylvania Railroad. If you want to throw it up there.
So John says this is a Q1.
Yep.
No. Well, that's good. That could be Pennsylvania Railroad Q1, but not Conrail Q1.
It's kind of cool looking.
Not to be confused with the T1 that they're building a new one of.
Yes.
But that also not to confuse that with a Reading T1, which is a different.
Yes.
Wow, I'm just going to stop. This is
and
wild
you can,
trail.
Hey, wait. You can thank Conrail for one of those tenders still being around that they actually got a hold of.
Ah.
Oh, that's why Manimal sent it, because you didn't have a picture of the rear end. So if you look at that picture.
Yeah, but it doesn't say Conrail on the back of it.
It does not. Let's go back to that. Yeah, it does not.
And I'm pretty sure that was when NS. Yeah, you can see the NS locomotive in front of it. That was prior to NS repainting it.
And his name's not Jens also.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Jans?
I always get it wrong. It's like it's spelled like YENS, correct? It's Jens. Jens. I believe that is the correct pronunciation. I apologize. I always get that wrong when your name pops up. Since we've never really spoken in person and never really heard anyone else say your name, I always remember it incorrectly.
You got to remember, we're dumb Americans.
Oh, Americans. I was going to pretend I was Canadian for a minute. I believe Canadian Railroads is watching out there somewhere.
Canadian Railroads.
Penn Q1 was a flop. It ran less than a year. They had quite a few experimental engines that were a flop.
They also had that one locomotive that never, because Pennsylvania Railroad actually had the locomotive treadmill.
The what?
They had a locomotive treadmill.
Locomotive treadmill. Interesting.
Basically, it was wheels that the steam locomotive wheels would ride on, and it was rollers, I guess you could say, and they would put the locomotive on top of the rollers and could run it at track speed without having to go on the track.
Interesting.
Has anybody seen the Why is it not clicking? There you go. Conrail Mikado.
Yep.
Yeah, and no.
I
I don't have a picture of it handy, Kyle. So
Even though that almost happened.
yeah, George did a Mikado kind of.
Oh, in Conrail paint.
Yeah,
Yes.
he did it to the theme of what the T1 would have looked like had it not caught on fire in the roundhouse years ago.
Because that almost happened.
Okay, so
let's do the drawing here.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like the comments have stopped coming in, and if they did, I'll hang around. There'll be another giveaway coming up later.
Me, I win.
You win?
Yep, I win.
So let's share the proper window here this time. And let's see who our winner's going to be.
Not me. I'm going to be robbed.
We're going to get robbed?
Yep.
You have to start giving away I got robbed t-shirts.
Sounds about right.
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
No, why not, right?
Yeah, look at
Adam Downer.
Downer.
Let's see here.
So tell Adam where to email.
So shoot us an email, info@largescaletrains.com, with your name, mailing address, and whether you want direct to rail or over the joiner clamps. And our sponsor, Split Jaw, will get those out to you. And congratulations again, Adam.
Congratulations.
You are a winner.
You are a winner.
I want to do it in the AOL voice, like you've got mail.
You've got mail.
Yeah.
All right. So what's the next thing we're going to discuss here?
World domination.
World domination. Cool.
It sounded like a good topic. I don't know. Well, let's see. We'll go back to
This is very hard.
the one that's on the other side of Kyle, now that he's got that right.
Now that he's starting to the right one.
Doing a very good Vanna White there, Kyle. Good job. Oh, I like this hashtag. Hashtag John got robbed.
Ooh, wait, I got one. Hashtag Lehigh Valley patched.
Wow. I hope John still likes us after all this. So.
All right, shall we bring up the...
Yeah, let's move along.
I'm guessing you want the picture with the other engine.
So what do you want? You want to tell before we go to pictures? You want to tell everybody what it is, or?
Yeah.
Well, if you want to bring up the Charlie photo, well, the Charlie's locomotives photo, and we'll start there.
That's what I thought you wanted. Kyle White.
Like Vanna White, Kyle White.
Oh, I'm like, what the heck?
Okay, so little backstory here. Charlie was working on an SD70 standard cab because the safety cab, I guess you would call it, on the 70 Mac. I wasn't a fan of it, and neither was Charlie. So this is where I originally got the idea for it, and then it comes from where I got...
Two of us now.
Come on, Andrew. Can we go for the hat trick?
One of us has got to stay friends with him. I don't want to lose a viewer to the show.
So I got the idea from Charlie. What a standard cab on a 70 Mac. But the little backstory is you can't be a Conrail fan unless you have at least one SD50, because Conrail bought 135 of them when EMD came out with them. And before they split up, they did have, hashtag thank God my name. Okay. Sorry.
Focus, people. Focus.
Yeah. Stop distracting me. I ended up purchasing a 70 Mac off of Charlie for the project. But it was... The reason why I picked an SD50 was when Conrail got bought out through CSX, through the split with CSX and NS, there was a YouTube post of the Conrail's Fighting 50s. Before the Heritage locomotives came out, NS actually had a whole bunch of ex-Conrail SD50s. Before they repainted them, they were patched, but one of the SD50s, which is the number I chose, was the last blue Conrail locomotive running on NS's system before the Heritage locomotive 8098 came out. And I did one in O scale. I did one in HO scale. Gotta have one in G scale. So that's where the rabbit hole of this locomotive came down, of having an SD50 standard cab in G scale. And Charlie corrupted me, and that's where I finished Charlie's locomotive mounting the cab like I did, because he was doing an experimental control system in it and never finished mounting the cab properly. So I guess we could start with the stock USA photos if you want, Andrew.
Okay.
So was it a Conrail engine to begin with?
Yes. It was a SD70 Mac Conrail.
Like you see there.
So as you see, the horn, the brake wheel, the ditch lights, the truck side frames, the detail behind the cab, the detail near the brake wheel. This is all stuff that was wrong for the SD7 or for the SD50, but the hood was approximately the same length.
That's my dog. What are we looking at now?
This is just the detail. So the detail work that's below that radiator between where the that exhaust bump out there, that detail is wrong. But the hood, for the most part, is exactly the same length. It just has some detail on the stuff on the outside that wasn't needed. Obviously,
So you had a lot of stuff you had to shave off of there then or fill in.
Obviously, the cab is totally wrong. And also, this is addressed later, but the 70 Mac did not have rear number boards. SD50 does.
Oh, well, that had to be fun.
Yeah, that was fun.
I don't think I missed any of your donor photos for that engine.
I think that's good.
Okay. We were going to the strip prep photos now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So for everybody that thought Kyle would never strip a Conrail locomotive.
Well, wait. I guess we can go to the cab photos first. Sorry.
Oh, you want the cab photos first?
Yeah, because I didn't strip that until after I was done with the cab.
Aha.
You're out of order, Andrew.
Well, I went to what he told me to go to.
I misunderstood what you meant.
It's okay. It's okay. We're all about fixing misunderstandings.
As long as we don't have any wonky pictures like when they got sent through.
Well, I'm not sure what order you wanted me to show these photos in. We never did discuss that.
You can start with the one where it's like just the cab and the hood.
The cab and the hood. Let's see. I actually have two of those for some reason. That one?
Okay. So in this photo here with the ruler there, you can see that the cab and the hood are not the exact same height where they would mount to the frame.
Now, what cab and hood is that, though?
That is actually from an SD45 Aristo.
Okay.
We went to the Charlie's basement scrapyard and picked out a cab. We went in the back and, oh, hey, look at that. Yoink. But no, I I purchased another locomotive off of them for parts, which ended up working out in my favor in the long run because I needed other parts out of it that I didn't know I needed. But so the SD45 cab and the SD70 Mac hood, there was I don't know if anybody's familiar with how the Aristo cabs like slide onto the hood from. Yes. I know Nico would be. So that actually kind of worked in my favor, but also fought me on it a little bit because I had to sand the hood and file it to get it to fit in the cab opening because I didn't really want to modify the cab too much.
It has a similar thing to this.
Yes.
Where it slides down. It's like a little U channel.
Yes. So I did a little filing work and to get the cab to mate up to the hood correctly. All right, Andrew, if you want to show the one, once I was done with that, it would be the one with the frame with the saw.
Did you have to change the size of the frame?
Frame of the saw.
I had to do some modification to the frame.
Like with the cab off?
Yes. Should be just a frame with a saw. Yeah, there we go. Oh, well, that's after I cut it off.
Ah, I see what you're talking about. That one.
Yes. Okay, so this is the point of no going back. So, as you see, the way that our USA mounted the cab, they used these long tubes for the screws to get up there. Well, they were in the way of the new cab. So, and also this little thin strip going along the frame. Yep. And then that little peg in the middle there would have been where the weight mounts for what USA, yeah. So that was fine. So I decided that this was, once it fit to the hood, no, we're no going back now. So I cut everything that I need to cut off to get the cab to fit flush on the frame nicely. So you can go to the next photo there, Andrew, that you just had up before. As you see, we started trimming this stuff off. And really, besides that, that was kind of really the only stuff in the way to get the cab to mount.
And the front platform area there, that
I had that removed because right? that's where the dish-like chipboard is.
Okay.
So it made it easier to just have it removed out of the way right now. I was working on it.
Okay.
I guess let me bring up my pictures here on the phone real quick.
How about that photo, Kyle?
That would have been after when I was first taking it apart. As you see. All right, so then we go with there's one with just the bare frame with nothing there.
Bare frame with nothing there.
It's all white from everything being sanded and everything being taken off. Yeah, that one.
There you
go. As you see, and then you see the two little holes there would have been for towards the middle of the frame.
Right there.
You should you could see in the near the move where your cursor is. Yeah, right there.
Oh, in there. Okay.
There's little hangs that hang off the bottom of the battery boxes on the Aristo cab. So I didn't want to cut them off because I wanted them for support. They actually go down in those holes, so it keeps the cab somewhat centered where you want it. And then we can go. We put the cab. I should have had you put them in order, but I guess whatever.
Why would we do that?
Yeah, make the show a little longer, I guess. Will be the cab sitting on top with the hood and everything.
The cab sitting on top with the hood and everything.
No fuel tank underneath it. Should be 2 or 3 of them like that.
Let's see.
Oh, there should be a bunch of them like that.
Like without the long hood on there?
No, the whole hood's on there.
So that.
Yep.
Oh, the heck's
That's
that on
mini-me.
top?
That's Mini-Me.
Mini-Me?
That's HO model
On top.
on top.
Really? It's HO?
Yes, sir. That's the Overland Brass model.
Oh, wow.
So that is the SD50 sitting on top of SD50.
Train on train violence. I don't
Yes.
condone.
So you
And
got
then-
to remove the rear brake wheel too, huh?
I had to remove the rear brake wheel, remove the detail work, like all that section there, a section right underneath where the front truck of the SD, the little HO SD50, that stuff behind the cab had to be removed. The horn has to be moved, obviously. There's a couple more, Andrew, of the same like shot, just different angles. There's one like straight on. There's that one. Then you see, this is where I put the ditch lights on to make sure that the little plate would work.
Those are some beefy dish lights.
So the ditch lights are attached to that diamond tread plate?
Okay, so the diamond plate, the chipboard with the LEDs goes down first, then the diamond plate little thing goes down, and then the housings go over the LEDs.
I wish they would have made them a little smaller.
I would too, but I kind of fixed that. So on the SD50, when Conrail bought it, the ditch lights were actually underneath instead of on top. So I actually unsoldered the LEDs and moved them to the bottom and put them on the bottom like they're supposed to.
Do you want me to show the one with them underneath? It's
I think that's in a different file.
no, it's in the same one. It's with the LEDs in.
Okay, yeah. That's fine. You can show that one. So that would be before I did the sneaky thing of buying the actual... Okay, so the way USA made the frame, they have a plate for the rear and a plate for the front. And I took the plate from the rear and see if it would cover the holes on the front. So there's no holes in the back. Like you see right above the ditch lights, you could see a little bit of the like wire. They had holes that where the original LED would come out. So I bought the two plates from USA and ended up taking a rear plate, putting it in the front to cover, like to replace the front one, so I no longer had the holes. Because I was originally going to be like, how am I going to fill this? Because it's like a real thin. It's only a real thin filler piece, and I'm like, ugh, and I'm like, ooh. So that ended up working out to my advantage there. And I used.
They had intentions of maybe putting rear ditch lights on it.
I'm assuming for some of them, yes, because like NS, I think has both front and rear ditch lights on the.
Yeah, UP, NS, some CFX.
I think the rear chipboard or the front chipboard might actually fit in the rear. I'm not sure. So the chipboard is actually real thin and has like this like two antenna pieces that come off, and then they look blue.
I was trying to see if there was a picture on the USA website showing that piece so I could show people, but they don't seem to have that in their parts online.
They did.
It's a little cover flat piece of plastic.
Yeah, it's there because I bought it there off their website.
But yeah.
And then it's in this photo here, there's another photo, but you can see where the brake wheel, I moved the brake wheel to the front on the hood.
Yeah, I see that there. It's on the right-hand side.
Correct.
Left-hand side of the engine.
Yes. All right, Andrew, we can go to... there you go. There's the brake wheel, and I added a conductor or another crew member inside the cab instead of just one guy.
You can always use the other guys on the,
Yep.
using the facilities.
And then, so here's the stock Aristo control stand, And if Andrew brings up the real control stand from the real locomotive, from this exact real locomotive, as you see, it's pretty darn close.
Come on, Andrew, side by side.
You're asking a bit much now.
Thank you, Canadian. We'll see you later.
See you later. Go get that passport.
Chop, chop.
Yeah, come on.
Catching
Yeah, 5 months. Let's get this done.
No, Crazy Train. They're working. They're not hobos. All right, we get that. We could show the detail of the Sinclair antenna if you want there, Andrew.
Okay.
So that would have been the Sinclair antenna right out of the 70 Max hood, hood out of right from USA. So instead of doing another one, because actually for some odd reason she had 2 in the roof. Not sure why. Thank you, Kevin. There was another antenna that I opted not to do because it was just too complicated to do.
I got one here. It looks like it's the top of the short nose you did some detail on. Did you want to show that?
Yes, that's fine. That would be the top of the sand hatch.
There we go.
So that's just basically a piece of styrene I glued on there.
Okay. I think we've gone through most of the photos of the cab.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see. We had the stripping and prepping photos.
We're going to do the trucks.
I'm going to say we had the trucks. So let's see. So we probably want to show the stock one first, or yeah, here we go. So there's the stock from USA SD70 truck. Right?
Yep.
Okay. And then do you want me to show the photo of the actual SD50 truck?
That is fine.
Okay.
So this would be half of it. But as you see, it's a little different.
Here's the other half. It got split into 2 photos for some reason, or 3.
That was to send Nico, 1-800-NICO, some close-up photos of what I was looking for when I got to that point. But I was looking for trucks that were pretty close, and I was eyeing up the SD40-2 trucks, side frames. And I had a project where I removed the SD40-2 USA truck motor block and put Aristo motor blocks under an SD40-2. So I had the front mounting piece and so that I could put the trucks together. And here is a SD40-2 side frames with an adapter mounted to the 70 motor blocks. So there's a little piece of angle iron that actually goes from the side frames to the like metal part that's over the metal, over the metal. Wow. Over the motor is actually the stock. So the front one was the SD40-2 like spacer. And then the back one would be the one that's actually from USA for the SD70 for where it mounts to the frame. And I purchased the Nico floppy axle delete. So that no longer has a problem there.
Trying to see which photo you were going to want next year, Kyle. I think it's this one.
So that is another picture to side frame. As you see from the original photo to this one, the SD40-2 from USA doesn't have like a roller bearing thing. It has the sealed unit one, obviously. Had to go a little bit more detail. And I talked to my buddy Nico. think that might be in a different photo there, Andrew. Is it?
What's that?
Then you have. Do you have the ones where I cut that center section out? Should be my hand holding just the truck frame.
Oh, with the prints in it?
No, without the prints. There should be. Oh, maybe I didn't send that one.
I've got one where you holding it where you do have the 3D printed pieces in there.
All right, that's fine. You can do that one.
Yeah, I don't have the other one.
That's fine. So here is, I cut the original ones off and mounted, Nico made them for me for the, to look like it actually had roller bearings that were actually all the way out to the end, like the trucks, like the normal cars have.
I think it came out nicely.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Yeah.
All right, I guess we can go to the dipping and stripping and painting one.
Yeah, a lot of people hate that floppy axle, and I'm one of them. That's
Yeah, I don't quite get it. I mean, I do get it, but
well, it's so it could go around tighter curves. But if you're buying an engine that big, you're not going around.
yeah, the coupler swing when it went around those tighter curves wasn't great.
It only helped you get to so. No, they do not spin.
No, that would be a trick.
I opted for, yeah, that's too much work. So here we go. This is the, hey, it's Conrail, but hey, it's wrong.
I was shocked too when you stripped it. I'm like, what?
Nope.
But when you said it was wrong, I understood.
The quality logo was long. We learned that I learned that when I was doing the HO model, or the A and the O scale model.
So for the folks that don't know, you soaked that in.
91% rubbing alcohol.
And did you have to fill it up and cover the whole shell or no?
Yes and no. Sometimes I've found out that you don't have to cover the whole thing, and it's just when you put the lid on, just having it in the air start to take it off.
Yeah, the vapors rip everything
And
off.
then other times it's got to be soaking for a couple hours before it to touch stuff. And I've also noticed that if your alcohol starts getting old, that doesn't work either.
Well, it starts to basically absorb what moisture out of the air and dilute it down, doesn't it?
Yes.
Yep. I keep mine in a 5-gallon bucket with a screw-on lid.
Aha.
Do we want to do a giveaway now, Andrew, while we're talking some more?
I will believe it only runs on 5 foot, I think is the minimum.
Which giveaway are we doing?
It's 8 foot.
8 foot is the minimum on the SD70?
Which,
Even with the floppy trucks, huh?
Yep.
which giveaway are we doing here, Kyle?
Do you want to do the giveaway now, or?
Yeah. Well, we only got 15 minutes left.
Well,
so.
we'll get it up there so we can start collecting stuff
Yes.
on it.
You have 2 giveaways here.
I think we're only going to have time for one.
That's
You only got 15 minutes left. 16, technically. Who's counting?
So what is our giveaway going to be, Kyle? I'll drop this down for a moment.
Ah!
We're going to give away an Aristo Conrail Caboose.
Ooh. Fancy.
Shiny.
Let's see here. So to enter that giveaway,
Hashtag Conrail.
possibly.
Or hashtag Nico got robbed. Or make it real simple. Hashtag CR.
We don't make it that simple. We'll do hashtag Conrail. Because when else am I going to get to do that?
That's hashtag Conrail. All one thing. No spaces.
Oh, Conrail's crazy train, not split jaw.
Oh, really? Now we're going to go split jaw?
And they're pouring in.
All right. So I guess we can blow through the stripping and painting file real fast then.
Okay.
art painting and little sanding work I had to do.
Back to the dipping tank.
All right,
All
next photo. As you see, well, you're out of order, but whatever, doesn't matter.
Oh, sorry.
This is filling in the detail where the brake wheel used to be and the other detail in the back to make it smooth, as in the real model was. Next photo.
Paul Jackson, it's hashtag, not 3. Gotta hit the shift key.
This is where I was.
Sorry. There you go. 3, not 3, hashtag.
This is where I took the Aristo number boards and made them fit in the back of the hood and drilled marking light or the cab signal. Yep.
It's not Charles Bartel, hashtag Conrail. It's just hashtag Conrail.
Crazy train. What is with the 3? Come on. Hashtag
Oh, wow.
No, Simpovich, that is wrong.
Yeah,
Oh.
don't do like John.
That is wrong.
So this was very painstaking and time consuming of getting
Arthur,
these.
but it's Conrail. Conrail. Sorry.
Well,
Just
God. Wow.
yes, as
I'm not correcting anybody anymore. Keep
No,
going.
Kevin
Just
said,
keep going.
hashtagging is hard.
Just go. I'm not even correcting anybody.
Kyle's going to break here in a moment.
Yeah.
Next
just
one.
go.
All right.
Come on, next photo.
There you go.
Oh, now we're completely out of order, but whatever. So this is after it came completely stripped out, as you see. No longer any factory paint on it whatsoever. Next.
What's next, Kyle?
I guess we go painting.
Painting? All right, we'll
Painting.
go to the painting.
That one we can go blow through really fast.
Let me guess. You painted it blue.
Blue.
Like that blue?
That's blue. So, as you see in the photos, it's gloss blue.
Why so blue?
Well, as Charlie was working on a chop nose GP9 or GP10 and found across Rust-Oleum deep blue gloss, and it came out to be perfect for Conrail blue.
I believe that's what Vinny uses also.
And I know Sinkovich is saying it's wrong, but once you dull coat it, it turns perfect.
I would agree with that.
So this is where I had a problem with the cab and I had to end up sanding the roof of the cab and was like cursing the whole entire time.
Oh, Jonathan Straczynski knows all about that.
And my snowblower is blue, my lawnmower is blue, my garage floor is blue. And that was only painting a little.
What would be wrong with a blue snowblower? Does it have a Conrail can opener on it? I'd be down.
No, it was the overspray.
Oh, shucks.
All right, we can go to the
Just to show you how nice of a guy Fred is.
Fred.
He apologized for typing it wrong.
He is always the polite person.
Yes.
So here is the handrails painted, everything else handed. As you see, there's my what the hell am I trying to say? Sorry.
Fans?
No. Oh,
Chassis?
toothpicks. So like I could paint more of it instead of having to wait.
I got you. So it doesn't stick to the box.
Yes. Andrew, you want to show the frame photo?
Yeah.
So I didn't want to repaint the whole frame because of the little detail work that USA had on it. So the step here, I masked it all off and repainted it blue, my blue. So it didn't have any mismatch between the USA and my blue. That was just a little detail work. Didn't want to strip the electronics off of it or anything like that. So, and then the weight there, I had to trim. As you see the part in the back there where the capacitor is, that little part that sticks up, I had to trim that off so it fit underneath the cab floor. Okay, Andrew, next. This would be all together.
All together. Like that.
Yeah. So here is before I got my. This would have been all painted. Would have been before I got the roller bearing detail from Nico. No, Kevin, I'm still Revo.
I have a cool thing to show for the Revo if we get to it.
I'm hoping you get to it. I'm hoping you're willing to stick around a little bit longer for the fans.
Where are all the safety railings?
I guess
Not on yet.
we can show the decals now, Andrew, if you want.
So we're moving from this folder to the other one.
Yeah.
This is just out of the paint shop. The railings haven't been installed yet.
All right. So we're going to. Are we skipping decal stuff?
No, I said decals.
Oh, you said decals. Okay. My
Hey,
bad.
maybe we should show the decals now.
Yeah.
No, those just happened by magic. Magic.
And there they are. They just appeared.
This would have been straight out of the decal lettering shop. Fresh off the printer. All we had to do was size it up from the HO and O scale 1. Next.
John's on fire tonight.
Yeah.
He is. Yeah. He's just jealous that his Mikado doesn't have those. You need to print him some up.
Some Conrail stickers.
What was that photo? Oh, this was when you were putting them on, I'm guessing.
Yep.
You can still see the water.
Next.
I can tell you're from New Jersey, Nico.
Why? Because they're water?
Water.
Water.
So this would have been after, well, yeah. Yeah, I don't know if you want to show the one in my garage.
The one in your garage.
Should be 2 of them. One close up, one a little further after it's been
Hey, there's another one of those little boxes.
I have this one.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
So this is after I dull coated it. As you see, it turned more prototypical Conrail blue instead of the shiny.
See, Kenny said I said it correctly.
The day that you're using Kenny to judge whether you're correct or not, you have issues.
And just a little thing, as my buddy Mark overseas says,
Mr. Mark Bottrell?
Yes, the juice ain't worth the squeeze. It has too many steps, and I wasn't modifying that.
Oh, I forgot you'd mentioned that before, yeah.
I can if you guys are interested in those. So send me an email, 4trackrr@gmail.
So
I can list those for you. Sorry. Go ahead.
Nico likes when Kyle asks for projects because then he starts selling the stuff.
I'm more impressed with this picture because this is, you had to cut the number boards and everything in.
Correct. And I also asked, I drilled the same size hole that's in the back of an SD45 for the LEDs. And then I talked to Cody and he said, I think it's like a 5mm to order.
Mm-hmm.
Fit in there perfectly.
I'm just curious because I see Pine Ridge Railroad commenting. He's saying he uses Krylon matte clear. You use testers, don't you, Kyle?
I still use the testers, yes.
Okay.
I've had more luck with that right now than it. I wish it would come in a bigger bottle, but
You have to send me that video, Chris. I can't show that tonight, but I'd like to see it myself.
Yeah, me too.
And then if you want to do the ones outside at my house, all done.
Okay.
And the other ones, I guess.
Let's see. Oh, that one's inside, but
There's that one. There would be the one with all the handrails on it and everything.
that one,
Yeah.
that's a fine looking locomotive.
That's a fine looking locomotive if I ever saw one.
So my question to the masses right now is if, USA made the necessary changes to make an SD50, is that something you would buy?
Well, it would actually cover an SD60, an SD50, and a standard cab SD70.
I would definitely be interested in that. I'd buy at least 2 of them.
And they wouldn't have to change very much to get it to work. Now, granted, they'd probably have to redesign a cab because
Would they be able to use anything from their SD40 or no?
Nolan is using an SD40 cab, and I don't know if it's. I think he said that the one he's modeling, I think the hood's a little higher.
You would think they would look at these things ahead of time and make stuff slide together
Yes.
so you can do this stuff, but they want you to buy a new tool, so they don't do that. So Kyle will be producing these per order.
Oh,
But yeah, I think he's got 2 other engines to paint first.
if somebody wants me to do one, they would have to supply an SD70, all the parts, talk to Nico, and probably about $500 to $600 to do it, because it wasn't very cheap. Or wasn't. It took me. I bought it in April and had it done before October.
Nice.
Whose railroad is that running on?
That is on Dave Weber's railroad.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
And I believe that is a Charlie Zimmerman photo, is it not?
Hold on. One of them I took.
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
That would be a Charlie photo, yes.
You're holding us to the hard 9 o'clock cutoff, Nico?
No, I mean, we could run a little longer, but, I don't want to.
Oh, we got the giveaway, of course, you had to bring up.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, see crazy trains all over that. Where's the caboose, man?
Yeah.
Oh, there's Caboose on the train.
No, I think he's talking about the caboose for the giveaway.
Yeah, I would do the giveaway. Or we make them wait so they stay on. Because if we...
I think we should wait and show what the GP40.
Oh man, you're gonna make them wait for that?
Yeah, let's make them wait.
All right. Well, is that all we have to show on that? Then we're gonna move on.
If you want to show one more photo, I don't know. It's up to you.
Martin Bartle would like to know: are you installing RailPro?
No.
Mark, unfortunately, you're asking the wrong 3 people about RailPro.
I have nothing against RailPro. I'm just too.
I don't either.
I'm just too involved with Revo and
Too invested.
yeah, too invested.
I'm too invested. Nico's invested. Plus, he sells it. Wow, that's some bright lighting there.
Yes. So the headlights and the rear number boards and the wow, cab signal box like lights, they are all different LEDs. The number boards up front and the ditch lights are all the factory LEDs.
Someday you'll Blue Nami something. There's always everybody's got their thing.
Oh, I have somewhere. I've got a Blue Nami board laying here I have to play with.
And the Pico one that I got for you there.
Well, I know where the Pico one's at.
Yeah.
Hey, did Andrew ever install his lowering bolster on his Procore car? No.
No.
On my which what?
My Procore car that I made for you?
No.
Exactly.
Can I
I
show
gotta be
you?
honest with you. I'm kind of afraid of screwing that up, Kyle.
GP40.
Although Kyle, I did find the railing that I broke off the car all those years ago.
Of course. Just make yours tumble off a shelf like Charlie's did and send it for warranty work, and we'll upgrade it.
Oh, I forgot his bid.
And include it with that E8 that's going to get blue.
So, do we want to take a look at what you have sitting there, Nico?
Well, do you want to show that, or do you want to show the lights first?
Show the lights first. How about that?
All right. I don't want to share a tab. I want to share a window. Where the hell is it? What if I do? This is not working the way I want to show here. All right, let's do entire screen. So let's share this screen. Share. All right, let me know if you can see that.
I can see that.
What is
The
that?
ditch lights.
Oh yeah, the ditch light thing.
All right, now of course this thing's in my way. Here we go. All right, so I'm just going to play this.
Hello, everybody. Here's a little something we've been working on here at 4Track. As you know, the Revo does not come with the option for ditch lights. So we've taken our Arduino and did a little programming. So as you can see, the lights are on. If you press the horn, they will alternate for the duration of the horn. Or, if you like, I hooked this up to function number 5, and it's a latching mechanism that will just flash back and forth until you stop. Also, for those Norfolk Southern fans and Pacific that have ditch lights on each end of their unit, if I change directions, the lights will go up and they will not work. Or number 5. But change directions. Anything like that. Thank you.
So a lot of people are going to go, if you go with Rail Pro, it can do it out of the box. Yes, it can. But
Yes.
Revo can't, and I've been waiting for something like that for a while.
So yeah, obviously, if you wanted to do front and rear, you would need 2 units. So you would actually have to buy 2 units, and then it would have 2 relays, which would turn the lights on forward or backwards if you wanted to put separate ditch lights. Does that make sense?
And that's something that you're going to be selling?
So I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
I made it for myself and my son at this point. And I have sent it to the great folks at Revo to see if they want to produce it, because they would probably be able to produce it a little nicer than I would, because they have access to board houses that create the circuit boards and all that. So as of right now, no, but it may be available shortly. If Revo doesn't decide to do it, I will probably do it.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
What?
I need at least 2 of them for my GP. No, I need 4 of them.
I ain't giving you anything because they don't get installed.
I just say give it to me. I'll pay
Well, I
you.
ain't selling you anything because they don't get installed.
I don't even sell me anything either.
Wait. I got a capitalization here. Sell it to me, and I'll sell it to Andrew, but I have to install it.
That FA sitting back there has your lowering kit on it, by the way.
You finally installed it?
Yeah, on that one.
He did something. So, and then I also have the Bachmann GP40 here, if you want to show that.
Yeah, folks might have some questions once you put.
So I did, because I'm curious, I did open up.
Curious George?
Yes. I did open up. Now, which image was that? That one, I think. Yes. The gearboxes. So can you see that picture?
So that's the gearbox on your new GP40.
Correct. I just wanted to make sure that they did actually put enough grease in these this time. So a lot more than was in the Dash 9s, which I'm very happy for. increase the quantity of grease in the gearbox. If that makes sense.
That's good to hear.
So I do have here I could switch, stop that, and I'm going to switch to my other camera. And that should load up in a second there. There you go. So I can show different features and pictures of, I got to turn my computer so I can see what I'm showing here. So it's pretty much identical to the Aristo-Craft GP40. Slide that back a little bit, give me some more room. You know, the front is identical. It's basically an SD45. So people don't know the cab, the front, all the pilot is exactly the same as an SD45.
Yeah, the end railings, the short hood railings, those are all.
This railing, these railings are all identical. The rear end railing, all of that is identical to a.
Well, and I think that was part of the thing with doing that was they could reuse a lot of the stuff, right?
Yeah, Aristo-Craft was always really good at like repurposing stuff.
Yes, I agree, Chris Sambucci. They should have done a Conrail one because it would have been on my list to buy. So
it's easily paintable. You could just paint it.
90s Phil Collins.
So they did make one change that I did notice. This cover used to have metal clips on it.
Yes.
They do not have metal clips anymore. They have like I don't know if you could see it. Hold on, let me.
They're just like a push peg that like
push peg, and then you could see that they have the holes in the top there. If you could see them here. Hold on, let me get a. It's hard to see when you're there. You go. So here,
what we have there.
Here, they added one switch. So you have lights, smoke, track battery, and then they added the large scale NMRA switch.
Which flips the polarity, okay.
Which just flips the polarity. I mean, but most people go rail control, so that really doesn't mean anything to anybody. I really had wished they would have removed this section.
I was just going to say, like on the Dash 9, like that lifts off so you can easily get to the board. That doesn't do that, though.
Correct. No. So you have to lift the body off, which I have it disconnected already.
Oh, how convenient.
Let me just pop the handrails out here so I can lift this off without ruining anything. Okay. So in the chassis, you can see very similar. They did fix... so one of the issues was on the Aristo-Craft, this hole, can you see where my finger's pointing? Where the motor block wires went through, the metal was over the plastic.
Yeah, so and it would cut through the wires.
Yep, the wires would chafe on there. So that was one issue.
I opened mine up and rewrapped the wires before I ever had a chance to do that.
Yep. So that was one issue. I like that they did... you can see they have the poly fuses here. Sorry. Which was really nice. So that protects the engine against any short circuits. So as soon as those heat up with any short circuit, they open and disconnect the trucks. You know, so like disconnect the power from running into the body of the engine. They did. They still included your battery plugs, which you have in the front. Sorry, I know it's kind of hard to see here. And then you still have the other battery plug coming out the rear. Motor blocks plug in the same way. They're still the Aristo-Craft GP40 motor blocks, which here's one right here. This is an Aristo-Craft version. So it's still identical to the Aristo-Craft. The only thing they did is added Bachmann on the bottom. So that's pretty much the interior of the chassis.
Do you still have the replacement motors for the Aristo GP40s for sale?
Yes. Yeah, the original GP40s, they put in the wrong winding on the motor. So they would burn up.
Looking at the wall now, Nico.
Yeah, I'm getting there. I was picking up the engine. Sorry. Oh. So inside the engine, you can see they have a brand new circuit board. That's
Yeah.
the plug and play board there.
Real quick, Nico, do you have a moment to explain a little bit better what a polyfuse is? Travis was asking.
A polyfuse is basically what it sounds like. It's a fuse. So again, there's another one on that board. Hold on, let me get some light in here. Maybe that way. So there you go. There's another
yellow
one on the
disc
board.
you're seeing there is the polyfuse.
Yep. So what happens if you get a short circuit, that amperage causes heat. So just like a smoke unit works with a resistor, the resistor heats up when you short circuit it, basically. So what does in a polyfuse, the polyfuse heats up and there's two little pieces of metal in there and they separate.
And once it cools, they come back together, right?
And then once it cools, it comes back together. So until you remove that short circuit, it stays open so it doesn't fry your electronics, basically. So
and you don't have to open anything up and actually replace a physical fuse either then.
Correct. So that's one really nice thing that Aristo-Craft had towards the end, and Bachmann is continuing, which is really smart. As you can see, it does have that Aristo-Craft smoke unit, but it has a new control board. The Aristo-Craft smoke unit, you could just plug straight into DC and run it, but this now has a separate control board. I have a feeling they did that because if they ever wanted to do a steam engine, they can control chuff.
Never thought about it that way, but this person said similar to a flash bulb on a Christmas tree, string of Christmas tree lights. I'm assuming that's how that works. Okay.
Yep, same thing.
Travis says, thanks for the explanation, Nico.
Yeah, anytime. There you can see the plug and play board, which is, oh, sorry. Maybe if I
where was it? Yeah.
Let me put the body down and then I can point. There you go.
Wait a minute, let me look. Oh, there you go.
If you want to just turn on that light, screw it in. We get more light in here.
So it plugs in upside down light. Wow, that's a fancy looking. Is that just the dummy plug that's in there?
Yep, that's the dummy plug in there. So there we go. We got some more light.
Wow, that's more than I was expecting to see.
Yep. So that's the dummy board, and then they also give you that other wire board, so you could wire up a Rail Pro. Sorry. And
you're talking about this little guy here.
Yep, with the wire pigtails hanging off.
It's all nice and labeled. It's got all the wire pigtails if you want to do Rail Pro or anything.
And then also for like the plug and play systems, like I believe Sierra Soundtracks plugs right in, or Revo plugs right in. You need the adapter board for the Revo to make all the lights work.
Oh, you need the piggyback adapter board?
Yep, you still need that. And then he has added the control for the smoke on it.
Oh, sweet.
So you can piggyback on that for the Revo board. So you only need that jumper board for the Revo. Just to make sure
it's the same thing as the Dash 9 where the lighting wasn't working.
Correct.
Yeah, yep. I soldered mine through, but the adapter board they made is a lot cleaner.
Yep.
You basically just sandwich it between the Revo and the factory board, and away you go.
Yep. And they have a plastic
$12 for that, I think.
Plastic. It's like $8, I think.
Oh, $8?
8 or 12. Yeah, maybe 8 or 12. Plastic cone speaker, which is an upgrade from the paper cone. And then the light boards are upgraded. They're a little nicer, you know.
Oh, yeah, that's definitely different than.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's like a whole plug in the end there.
Yep.
Wow.
Wow.
So my plans for this are I'm going to update it, make it a little more modern. I'm going to move the horn to its proper location. The horn and a reel on this number locomotive sits in the back, about mid-engine. It's not on the front of the cab. I'm going to put the ditch lights in it that we just showed you. The other thing, these have actually I could show you here.
Nice cab.
Sorry. Let me turn this camera off and switch back to this camera.
What are we looking at now?
I'm not sure.
The truck. I want to show you my smiling face. There you go.
Oh,
Hey, look at that beautiful guy there.
Yep. So now the light's on above me. That's why it's shiny. Shiny and new. And then I could actually show you. Sorry, actually, I could show you multiple things here. There you go. So let's see. Get back here. Present. Share screen. So here is that same engine in Conrail paint.
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
So you can see it still had the marker lights, and then I don't know. Can you see that screen? Did you see it switch or no?
No, did not switch.
Let me share a different screen here. CSX. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm slow.
Hey, don't be playing copyright music, Kyle.
Oh, okay.
Sorry. I'm not as fast as Andrew. There we go. So there is the actual engine 4409 that Bachmann produced. So you can see the horn is not there. There's an air conditioning unit, some other antennas that are going to be added. The ditch lights are down here beneath, and it has the anti-climber and a plow.
Bachmann didn't put any ditch lights on it, right?
No, this has no ditch lights on it. I mean, this is kind of produced as it would have been before Conrail.
Okay.
So whoever had this engine before Conrail, that's how they produce it. And you can even see there's no the marker lights are gone.
Oh yeah. So
I'm going to shave off my marker lights completely. You can see it's patched up on the rear unit, 6014 there.
Might be 10 Central.
Yeah, it might have been. And then I'll add the plow and the anti-climber and the ditch lights. So I'm going to try and make this more exacting to what it is. As you can see, the ditch lights are hanging underneath in front of the coupler bar. So I'm going to do a little stuff to update it so it's more modern and as it's running now. If that makes sense. More prototypical. Thank you. Chris is correcting me. More prototypical. So does anybody want to see anything else on the engine? Or should we go right to giving away a Caboose?
Well, we can do the giveaway, and while that's running, we'll see if anybody has any questions they pop up or not.
Sure.
So let me get back to the right window. Kyle's doing such a fine job there.
I'm overtired now, so.
You're getting slap happy? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
All right. So
Wigwag likes your Caboose.
we all like Kyle's Caboose Wigwag.
Well, pretty soon it won't be.
Put Wigwag back up there. Hey, Wigwag, make sure you mark your calendar for May 9th and 10th, 2025, and come up to the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo.
PCC antenna setup for the Dash 9. You mean the 3 antennas that are on top of the Dash 9? Well, why don't you go and I'll see if I could find that picture while you're trying to.
All right, let's see who our lucky winner is going to be of the Conrail Caboose. Probably going to be Dackman, but he probably fell asleep. Hey, Robert won. Excellent.
Robert who? I'm not watching.
I'm not going to try saying his last name because I messed it up last time. Him and Turk were on the show for the Susquehanna Club that's coming to do the layout. Robert's actually the current president of the Susquehanna Garden Railway Society, if I remember correctly. So you have my contact info, Rob, but I'll put it up there if you want to shoot an email over, info@largescaletrains.com, and we'll figure out how we're going to get this to you. I'm guessing Kyle's going to ship it. So I'll get your info over to Kyle so he can ship it to you.
I'm trying to find a picture of the antennas on the Dash 9.
Congratulations, Rob.
There's like no pictures of the top of a Dash 9.
No pictures of the top of the Dash 9?
Yeah. Where you could see the antennas.
Both of mine are in their boxes right now from their trip back from North Carolina.
Oh, and another reason I did the SD50 is because Conrail never had Dash 9s, so nobody's got time for that in Conrail.
Although Mark Bottrell, I did like his like back date thing he did to make it a Dash 8 sort of.
Yes, the GE. Yes, that was very nice.
Yeah. He goes way above and beyond on a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
You went above and beyond on SD50.
Except he agreed with me on the juice ain't worth the squeeze on the steps on the SD50.
Yeah, you would have gone into a lot of work on that one.
Would have been trying to graft the 70 onto a SD45 frame, and it would have been too short.
I kind of have an image here. Let me see if this shows. Present. Yeah, I got to say it while I'm doing it. Cause...
Oh, wait, sorry, can't do that.
Can you see that?
Yep.
So up here, you can see there's 3 antennas.
Can you zoom in?
One looks like a Sinclair antenna.
Yeah, there's a little guy back here.
Can you zoom in?
I can, but I thought it would get even more.
It probably will, but yeah, it's kind of hard to see in that photo, huh?
Yeah, with a white top and a white.
Sinclair antenna, and one looks like just a dot.
Yeah, this one here is a small one, and then there's 2 large ones. I don't know if that's what he means by the PTC antennas.
Positive train control.
But I do sell those as replacements also. So if somebody wanted to add them to a different engine, they could buy them and add them on.
Buy them and add them on.
Yep. And obviously, because of the CSX engine that I showed, I'm going to be creating those other antennas that go on the sides.
Maybe this photo you can see them a little bit better on top. How's that?
There you go. Can you zoom in? Can you zoom in?
Yeah, I can zoom in more. Just trying to see if I had something any closer than that.
I think the engine to the right is really nice.
Engine to the right. Oh, that's that CSX looking thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a fine looking locomotive.
Thank you. Manimal said, pretty sure he means the ones I gave away at the show. Maybe that whole top unit that Manimal gave away. He had that whole like plate. There was like 2 plates with things attaching them. Vinny has one of them, I think, 1 or 2 of them. And if
this might be a little bit clearer photo.
no, it's not. I don't think. Yeah, maybe Dan is talking about the ones he was giving away at the show. Maybe.
Oh, you're talking about the AC units?
Yeah. Well, it's not an AC unit. It's the antenna unit.
Oh, I remember him giving away the rooftop AC units. I remember.
Yeah.
Because that's what you see in the picture that we just had up there. Actually, if you look at the GP60s in the background there, AC units are orange on these ones, but
yeah, that's an AC unit.
Those came from Dan.
There was an antenna unit that that Dan made also. I know Vinny got 1 or 2 of them on one of his engines, but they're out in the depot. I can't run out and grab them now. Okay. Now you made me stay up way past my bedtime.
Yeah. See, Dan's like 3D printing Santa. He usually has a bag of both the antenna arrays and AC units.
So Evans.
Oh, good question.
Yep.
So do you have your files up on printables or Thingiverse,
Thingiverse.
Evan? If you do, that's what I usually do is I just embed from their website to mine to link over. That's usually the easiest thing. If you're interested in me actually putting them up on the site for people to be able to download directly, if you want to shoot me an email, we can talk about how I can get those on there for you. As always, it's just info@largescaletrains.com. But yeah, one way or the other, if you have, they're on Cults. Okay. If you can, Evan, shoot me an email and send me the link for that, because I'm probably going to forget to go and look for it after I do 50 other things after I get done tonight, but I'll try to remember. I believe I saw your prints of that up online. It looked like it came out pretty nice.
Trevor was saying he's talking about the different. Oh, you clicking and I'm clicking. The more modern locomotives have a very different antenna setup. I think he's talking about the one like Dan's sells or giveaway or whatever. Darren's still trying hashtag Conrail.
I see I got an email from Rob. He says the Caboose will go nicely with his slightly customized GP30, Kyle.
Very nice.
And
Hopefully we'll see that running at the Great Lakes Large Scale Train Expo.
And for some reason, Darren's still trying to enter the giveaway.
I just said that.
Depending on where I am financially, you might see both these locomotives at the Great Lakes.
Where you are financially, do we got to back you to come to the show, Kyle? Is that what you're telling us?
Maybe. If you want to sponsor me to come out to the show.
Dan's yelling at us.
Who?
Andrew and I have already been talking. I might be there for some other reason.
All right. Say that again, Kyle.
I might be here, might be at the show for another reason besides these two locomotives going in Nico's modeling contest.
Yeah, modeling.
Where that's still in the works. So
I have a message from you, Dan, and there's nothing in it.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Yeah. So yeah, there's nothing there for some reason, Dan. I just have like a thing to reply to you, and that's it.
Yeah, it just shows that it's
Wait, why is Turk gonna have a cow?
because you got a Conrail thing.
Ah.
Oh, because he's going to be running it on their. They always do the very logging centric railroads.
Not always.
Usually.
Then again, I haven't been to as many East Coast shows as you to see all of them, but
Yep. See, I just got message unavailable. Oops, sorry.
it must be a
yeah,
different.
that's basically what I have. While you're still hanging out there, Rob, I've talked to Turk plenty, but I'd like to thank you as well and the rest of the Susquehanna Club for deciding to come over for our show in May and set up a layout. I think it's going to be wonderful. And for everybody else out there, I'm still looking to get another 1 or 2 clubs to possibly come and set up, depending on how my space works out. So
there's a couple clubs that were on here tonight.
Yep, there were. There's a few I'm waiting to hear back from. I got at least 1, maybe 2 spots, depending on the size of layouts, that I could fit some other stuff in. So if you're interested,
come on, Pocono Mountain.
Just shoot me a message.
Or Sepkers. Got Sepkers on here. Pocono Mountain. Any other clubs on here?
I'm not sure.
Those 2 I knew.
But
Tidewater Big Trains. Big
Tidewater.
train operators, you guys got a module now? Oh, Kevin's in Sepkers. So's I didn't know Kevin was, but
Well, the farthest people I have coming right now, Kevin, is
Chris Sambucci.
the Lakeshore Club from Southeast Michigan. I'm trying to think how far of a drive they have.
Berger wants to know how big of a layout he could put up.
I can't necessarily give a answer on that at the moment without looking at my floor plan stuff again.
Send us an email, Berger.
The best answer I would give to that is tell me what is the maximum size of it and what's the smallest that it can be set up at. That way I can play with that. What's that?
Big and small.
Yeah, tell me what the range of it. It's obviously with the modular layouts. I mean, you can get them down to a certain size. I still got more room to play with at the venue is if I get, the maximum number of vendors that I can move into. So there's probably somebody listening that's having heart palpitations right now as I'm talking about getting more space.
Is 40 by 40 too big?
It might be. Like I said, I'd have to look at the floor plan and see how it works in there.
Send us an email at info. Put up the email. That would be the best way.
Email.
This way I don't mess it up.
Yeah. Just send us an email, info@largescaletrains.com. And although that's not the official email for the show, but it all goes to the same place for the most part. And,
Robert, depending on when Andrew gets the information, I'll try to get that out this week.
Who, what?
For
Robert?
Oh, I have his info now, so I'll get that over to you, Kyle.
No problem.
Hey, I wonder if the ditch lights are on that GP32. I printed some ditch lights for Rob.
Wow. Yeah,
Okay,
cool. Good and discuss that, Berger, and let us know. Sorry, I don't have the specifics on dimensions at the moment, but if you have interest, let me know. We'll see how we can work it out.
You could pick up Kyle on the way.
Kyle might already be there. I don't know if you know the inside information Andrew and I have been talking about.
No, Kevin. Andrew doesn't tell me anything.
Okay.
I tell him all kinds of stuff. It just gets lost in the group chat. You know how things get lost in a group chat, Kyle?
Yes.
Yeah.
When the group chat is hopping, you don't follow along.
Some of us have to work and can't follow along. And
I work and still don't follow along. So
yeah, exactly. All right.
So
with that, I wish you all a good night.
Yeah. And our next show is going to be
December
22nd.
Yes.
For some weird reason that would change. I'll change it up on the website and that, but as of this moment, December 22nd is our next show.
Do we have a guest
on the show, Andrew? Anything good?
I can't say at the moment.
Okay. Santa Claus?
Possibly.
Santa Claus. Is Andrew going to reveal he's Santa Claus?
Nah, I don't. My Santa Claus hat's laying here somewhere.
It's probably near the lowering bolsters.
Yeah, I got to find those too.
Shots fired.
Hey, I know one place they're not, and that's next to my unfinished, G39 work car.
Wow.
I just like that one guy made 100 of them, and you still haven't gotten one done.
I'm going to tell you what, that guy's a dedicated individual. I mean, he pumped them things out.
I also agree with Travis and Frederick Charles. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Be well, and we will see you next time
in your future.
Thank you, Kyle, for coming on and sharing your.
Thank you very much, Kyle.
Don't forget to shop USA Trains Black Friday sale.
Yeah, USA Trains Black Friday sale. RLD Hobbies is going to be having one as well. Andrew plays the Grinch. No. Ask Dackman. Nico's the Grinch, not me.
No, I'm not the Grinch. What would be the Easter Bunny equivalent of the Grinch?
All right. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.